right now, we are in a fresh best of 3. Now, we already played at the winners match, guys. Normally, we do the losers match first and then the winners match. But due to time constraints for life, we had to swap those around. These guys were both kind enough to accommodate. So before we even get started here, big thank you to both puCK and Jaedong. But this is the losers match and the big one! The big one here on Base Trade TV. This best of 3 decides who's out of the tournament. This is a big one. Ha, no, I said that like 5 times in a row by accident. Either puCK is leaving today empty-handed or Jaedong is leaving today empty-handed. I don't know who to root for in this instance because I love both of these players. I think I know who ZvP's rooting for, though. Regardless, spawning here in the bottom left corner of the map. Waiting to see if he's out of the tournament or if he goes on to fight against Journey in the last spot for the last best of 3. It's the blue Protoss player from IVD Gaming. It's puCK.
In the upper right, the Red Zerg. It is Evil Genius's Jaedong.
Alright, so we haven't talked about this for a couple games, but real quick, guys, people have been asking, who's that guy in the background that's yelling? Who's the third person on the cast? That is James, aka the WCS America Translator, aka at SC2Mal. Guys, if you want questions you've always been burning in desire to ask Jaedong, but you've never been able to speak Korean, or you've never had contact for him, or he's ignored every tweet you've ever sent to him, Zombie Grub, then you guys can tweet Mal at SC2Mal. It's simple, SC2MAL. With any questions you have you'd like him to ask the players. We will try our best to get live interviews if possible after the series concludes, or after the group concludes, but on the off chance that these guys don't have a microphone, or maybe they don't want to, it's too late, or they're just exhausted, we can do text at the very least, and convey your questions and get you some answers, guys. So whether you want to know what Jaedong's stance is on, like, say, I am possibly disbanding, what his favorite animal is, maybe you want to know what puCK's favorite movie is, I don't know, from the weird to the serious, tweet at SC2Mal. He's also at it's McBTV or something in Twitch chat.
It's like MCB, you know, like the rapper's stage name, like MC.
No, man, I just Mick, like McDonald's. Yeah, that's
but it's okay.
But no, seriously, if you've got questions, guys, tweet it at him. We'll bring it up again in the last series of the day. But focusing on the match at hand, Jaedong, yo, every time I've ever seen him play as ZvP, he's always looked really strong. There's no painting a different picture. puCK, I think, is in trouble. But if there's one guy who's been playing a little bit weird, maybe he can get his way back in with some cheese. I mean, Arthur, as an example, is one of the cheesiest Protoss players, and he's top of the Korean GM list frequently every season. So, cheese can get you far in StarCraft 2.
It can get you really far against Jaedong, according to his WCS runs.
Well, this season is WCS run. Well, this season his WCS run has simply consisted of a walkover, of course.
Yeah, but you know what? It's this is the lowest he's ever been. Like, you know, last season if he lost, it didn't matter. He just went down to what he now played today. But if he played yesterday and lost, he was actually out of WCS. So like,
it's kind
he's still at the same point that he was last season and the season before that. Oh,
you know what?
So
we've been joking around so much about like Jaedong always coming like second place in tournaments and stuff. Maybe this will be. How sick would that be if this was the one he takes first? Our tournament.
That maybe makes me want to cheer for Jaedong. But then what if Journey wins his first big tournament and gets a team because of it?
I know.
I can't decide. I don't know.
The rest of this group is so heart wrenching. I can't. There's 3 of us on the cast because I don't even.
But seriously, actually, like cannon rushes, for some reason Jaedong has like a -10 weakness to it. I'm surprised puCK didn't try. All-ins, sometimes he holds them and it's just like, why did you try? Sometimes it's like, Jaedong, what is your decision making? It all depends on what Jaedong's here today. I don't know.
Well, we'll snipe some first blood with that Ling.
This is just what I think in terms of Jaedong's poor results in online matches. I didn't really talk about it with him just because, you know, it's not a pleasant thing to be talking about. But there are some players that get super stressed about games being online, where there's just huge delay and the playing condition is just not right. So by looking at it and by analyzing, me and a couple of the other guys think that, you know, Jaedong does so poorly on the online portions of some of the tournaments is because of that pressure, that he feels that he needs to play greedy and macro up to eventually swarm over his opponent, and I think that's what's causing him in a lot of the games. Because some of the games that we see in offline, Jaedong is known for his aggressiveness. He's very aggressive players, but in WCS Online challengers and stuff like that, he's very passive for some reason, and I think it's because of the delays.
I always figured it was because that's certainly a good point. I always thought it was because there just wasn't a live crowd. Because like even like the one online. The one offline tournament that actually didn't have much of a crowd, it was hosted at the WCS European scene, which was like, it could only fit like 15 people, really. And there wasn't a big crowd. He also did not look that strong. I think he got pretty far, but it wasn't a very convincing performance. Whereas, the big ones, when he gets up on the round of 8 versus Deer, suddenly it's like, that's when Jaedong is in full force.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like what Jaedong's doing this game already. Going mutas early like this, possibly. I mean, a lot of the times we see like the roaches and tech swap into the mutas, but with all these gases being taken so quickly and with that very fast layer, I can only imagine he's getting roaches to the potential defensive, with the mutas being the sort of the goal here. And what he's done is like a lot of scouting with these lings. I mean, we see him spread out all over the map, overseers, lings. I mean, he wants to make sure that there wasn't a 4-gate coming so he could afford to do this, or like an 8-gate coming so he could afford to do this.
Right. We casted in the Hawks Invitational a similar game to this, you remember? Where the Protoss player, I believe, won up 3 bases, and who was it he was facing? Suppy? Yes, Suppy went for a Mutalisk build, but it was like this very bad timing where Suppy only had so many Mutalisk, and believe, hit a very crisp blink all in, I think. It was kind of a bad idea. So this is, Jaedong trying to get roaches to make sure that doesn't happen, and that his Meta tech swap should be a surprise as well. Although, attacking at the 3rd, maybe he'll scout it.
Almost hits the pylon. Is he gonna get this?
Yes.
Okay, shutting down that pylon's pretty big, but more pylons are placed down behind this. So for Jaedong, sadly, he loses a little bit much for it, but forced to go for those roaches. He is going for the Muta upgrades. But this is really scary. There's a lot of force fields and a lot of sentries here. Roaches don't fare well against either.
That's true, but this is more, well, those are gonna die, I'm not sure about that. But you always see this push out from Protoss player on 3 bases. They have that recall available in case they do get swamped because you're going Roach Hydra. With just Roaches, puCK is still forcing out a lot of gas and money that was supposed to go into immediate transition into Mutalisk. It's already effective and it barely has done anything.
Yeah, it's strange to consider that the case, but I mean, as a Protoss player, so oftentimes you go for those gateway all-ins. I think that's what Jaedong was anticipating coming, but going for a small counterattack, I kind of like this move. puCK doesn't have a whole hell of a lot at home, but he can warp in pretty easily.
Jaedong is just maxing out on roaches, it looks like. If he wants to crush this attack and then counterattack. Well, the attack goes down. Lots of force fields as well. Actually pretty darn good force fields, and there's nothing really that can shoot over them, without any Hydralisk. Yeah,
that is where he's really coming strong. I mean, you segment off the army, cool, whatever, but it's the fact that early on, Zerg there's no range. It's all melee. It's Zerglings, it's Roaches, which are almost melee. It's just not a lot he can deal with to get over that wall.
I'm a little worried. That Blink, it's not really an all-in, but Blink has finished. He has a lot of Blink Stalkers. They're kind of effective, especially with the force fields, against only Roaches.
Well, you gotta consider, too, I mean, the end goal here is like probably heavy gateway aggression plus 3 weapon Blink Stalkers. And we've seen that just wreck Hydralisk compositions, we've seen that wreck Roach compositions. I mean, quite frankly, Vipers tend to be one of the better ways to deal with it with mass blinding clouds, but I mean, right now Jaedong is kind of in this position where he's going for a lot of links, he's going for a lot of roaches, but everything he has is kind of defeated by force fields.
Tries to save the links.
If you could have gotten it from behind with the roaches a little sooner, maybe could have picked up those sentries, but
he still has more force fields. This could be dangerous, and plus a recall.
So that could be, it is, and yeah, puCK will just get out of here alive. Jaedong does take a 4th while this is going on, though, so not for naught. He's not completely panicking and screwing everything up here. Just a very awkward couple of engagements so far.
Yeah, if there's been some cases before where Jaedong gets stuck on roaches for way too long. It seems like his plan to go Mutas has effectively been... Oh, never mind. There's 14 Mutalisk. Okay. Well, I was hoping for any transition whatsoever.
I haven't really got to use these today, but for the first time, we get to look at the income advantage graph, guys. And over the last, 10 minutes of the game, we can see Jaedong's had a very stark advantage as far as income goes. And really, that reflects into why he's able to max out so easily and go for what Zombie Grip just went out, 17 Mutas. Kind of insane off of 3 bases. puCK, of course, has just recently gotten a saturation up, but his army's out of position. Unless you're, of course, too far behind. He can't do an instant recall.
Okay, I think Jaedong assumes that recall is there, so... But he shouldn't just stay there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was
he
gonna say it'd
should
be
just lose
awkward to
his
just
army.
sit. I like the Warp Prism out of puCK. This is something we do see every PvZ at some point. Whoa, that Overlord farm. Jesus.
I think he has coverage of that area.
Yeah, I think he's gonna see a Warp Prism coming. Actually, you know what? He might not because he'll fly through the Overlords. But Jaedong, okay, he's gonna go for the harass of the main with the mutas. There's but one cannon here to defend. puCK is getting to that point where he's almost maxed out, so he actually can't warp anything defensively. But at the same time, this kind of allows him to have that army strength that allows him to do something like a base trade. Jaedong's throwing down hella spine cars here at the third, but they're not done yet.
puCK
Okay.
has seen the Spire for a very long time, and yeah, it's a full-on base trade. puCK, I saw the Spire, but you know he probably didn't think that JD was going to go ahead and continue with it, as it took him so long to transfer into it. This is just going to be weird, and it all depends on how much army can they take down, because it's never a case where they actually the last building.
How fast is the DPS of each player?
Yeah.
And I kind of think, like, even though puCK's got that bonus versus armor, he does recall a good chunk of the stalkers home.
Oh, this could have been a really bad recall, because if he recalls half his army and the mutas and the roaches collapse in on it,
exactly.
obviously Jaedong wins.
I think if Jaedong goes full offensive, he crushes these stalkers and he can fall back home as a potential.
Yeah, either one.
He's losing a lot of home at the same
army.
time. You know, he doesn't have a lot of spine cars coming behind us. He's trying to re-get his Spire up. You know, this is a situation I didn't expect puCK to be in so comfortably, but even with this low stalker count, and I say low very
much
in
he
air
shouldn't take
quotes.
this. He should wait for his roaches.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
what I'm
reason
saying. They're on the way.
Maybe afraid that the blink stalkers actually escape. The Spire does go down, and he still
He's
has
actually,
a lot of mutas, but
yeah, he's not bleeding too many out of this. 13 mutas still standing. Only 11 have gone down. I mean, he's lost a lot of bases, and it's going to be hard to recover off that. But Jaedong ends up coming out here with a much larger army, and this is the detriment of puCK warping or recalling back home English at this point. I mean, Jaedong kept his fourth as well, so he's got another base up.
He got the Warp Prism as well. That's going to be helpful because the DTs are looking to cause that extra bit of damage to help puCK win this game.
Oh man, so just a small little shout out. We got 2 more pairs of slippers that got sold, so we're up to 6 now, guys.
Ooh, the slippers.
Yeah, the slipper hype is real. Dr. Awesome and Queen Green Tea are 2 of the purchasers, I guess. So those are 2 subs on the channel, 2 names I recognize. Big shout and love to you guys for the support. Once again, we get a very sizable portion of that goes towards more tournament funding. And the deal we wrote that we signed and on the dotted line and all that was specifically for more tournament funding. So it's pretty cool.
No Overseer, no Spores. They will get that hatchery.
That's gonna suck. This was a really important mining base for Jaedong. A couple drones are actually gonna be sliced up here too, because puCK realizes he can afford to just pull up and do this. Jaedong's still got this really large standing army, and I kind of feel like if he was I didn't realize there was a DT there. He's just gonna sit and. Day 19.
Need more than 3 Overseers. Where are they? Overseers,
in the
please.
clump. Yeah, there's one in the clump. I don't know where the others are. Okay, now coming back.
One with those mutas and one with the main army. Got it.
Oh my god. Well, mutas are gonna come by here, looking for some probe kills. However, there's not any to really pick off. puCK actually has more probes than he has saturation, really, at the moment, because his main, of course, is pretty much mined out.
True.
So picking up probes is not that big of a deal right now. Jaedong is trying to reestablish his bases, and what should have been like a game-ending base trade, we see both players trying to recover the back end off of. And I gotta be honest, like the longer Jaedong waits, I feel like the worse it's gonna get for him, because puCK has superior upgrades, and that's gonna be a really hard thing to contend with.
That's true, but nothing really, unless you have Phoenixes and Archons, like, if Jaedong is allowed to get as many mutas as he wants, no amount of Blink Stalkers will actually help. Because, like, you can get, like, a 40 Cloud of Mutalisk plus any amount of Lings, and that almost always beats out the Stalkers, no matter what the upgrades are.
Yeah, because puCK's been stuck on the Stalker composition.
This is huge, though. Blink Stalkers rely so heavily on those level 3 weapon upgrades. That's a big snipe for Jaedong. He's going to lose the mutas on the way back. Maybe?
Trying so hard, escaping.
Seriously, even though he's got Chrono Boost, denying that was huge.
Trapped. Okay, Muta's coming in on the return, but he needs to blink out of this. All the sentries will die.
The sentry's probably going to go down if he focuses with the mutas. He's going to do precisely that. Focuses with precision of a surgeon. Every single sentry taken out, but now these mutas have got to back up. Get the roaches involved with the fights.
Yeah.
Go.
James.
Upper ramp is so hard to tell. He's going to take another position, one that's less likely to have force fields.
But he's picked up all the
things to see what kind of unit composition.
Oh yeah, he has a changing in there. I don't know.
Oh, did he sneak one in?
Yeah, there was one waiting near the army.
Oh yeah, 2 up here.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, but before that all happened, James was making a really good point about how Man, why do they
Go,
have that?
go,
puCK
go.
is really stuck on Blink Stalkers. He's finally starting to morph in some Archons, only because he has DTs, though.
You know, Blink Stalkers are okay at dealing with the mutas. The Archons, of course, are going to be that ultimate one blast, watch 10 things die. But it's not going to be easy, because Jaedong, I don't think is going to be that guy who clumps. You know, his control this game has actually been pretty fantastic, despite how awkward it's looked. I mean, force fields are hard to deal with. Even the best players don't play it perfectly against force fields. But the way he's been using his mutas, ducking in and out, I mean, his control of this game has looked pretty good. I don't think he's going to falter to the Archons.
But I think Jaedong's playing too passively, though. I mean, he had changed things up. He just saw that. He did see that there's like 20, 30 stalkers just hanging on the ramp.
Well, hang on. You're talking about passive. He's actually drawn the entire army away. Chase me, boys! Say the mutas as all of the roaches and lings get here to the natural.
Curly mutas make me curly.
Right?
Wow.
How do you know they're not girls? I think mutas are beautiful, quite frankly. Like vixens and sirens.
Every
and whatever.
body type is beautiful, Rifkin.
Yeah, that's what Dove has taught me.
Oh no, the DTs are going to be the absolutely
Ooh, yeah,
greatest
DTs
form
are
of defense. Wow.
Yeah,
Overseers.
Jaedong-
Oh.
He doesn't have the DPS to
Jaedong's
actually kill the
gonna lose.
Nexus.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. The army supply shift, the overall supply shift, now so heavily in the favor of puCK.
You know, I really feel for the lack of that base. Had it not died to DTs, he would have maxed out. He did so many more mutas.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
no.
because after the first what looked like a base trade, they both lost significant amount of workers. But Jaedong did a much better job in replenishing this worker count versus puCK, because puCK was stuck on about 40 pros for 40 some odd pros for a while.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I feel like Jaedong had multiple chances to actually take the win.
31 mutas is still scary though. I mean, if the army segments off too low, too small.
It's just
Yeah. There's always that possibility, which is why Jaedong is probably not going to leave this game. I don't know, though.
Yo, while this starts to fizzle out one way or the other, we, of course, he already donated $75 today, but feeling very generous. Another $20 donation coming from Mr. Boris Makarov. Love all this hype today? How about some more?
Jaedong, please.
Oh,
Space
Blade
Stalker's
Worms.
kind of free.
I mean, this is kind of what I meant, like, picking off little bits at a time, but the difference is, like, puCK's still got some production behind this. Jaedong is kind of stuck working with exactly what he has. He's lost everything.
Oh my gosh.